The 10 Commandments. Aren't they just the source of all morality or what? Let's see, there's thou shalt have no other gods before me, thou shalt keep the Sabbath holy, and that good old favourite one, honour thy mother and father, even when they are going to kill you. Now the story of the binding of Isaac is an incredibly troubling one, and it speaks volumes of the lengths Yahweh will go to drive the people he supposedly created into doing all sorts of things to prove their loyalty to him, and more importantly, to make certain of their eternal submissive obedience, which is rather akin to slavery if you think about it. However, it also makes one wonder about the purpose of all these tests. If Yahweh is all-knowing, then he knows when you are sleeping, he knows when you are awake, he knows if you've been bad or good. Seriously, what is the point of a test if he already knew the answer? Unless I suppose Yahweh doubts himself. But, anyway, let's get to the story of the binding of Isaac. This subsection can be found in Genesis chapter 22. Isaac's father, Abraham, is told that he must offer Isaac as a human sacrifice to Yahweh, and that this would happen in the form of a burnt offering on the top of a holy mountain. Obedient as ever, the next morning Abraham cleaves up some wood, gets on an ass, and takes with him 2 young men and his son to the mountain. After a couple of days, they reach the mountain, and Abraham tells the young men to wait while he and his son climb the mountain to do the deed. During the climb, Isaac is made to carry the very wood that would be used to burn him. As well as the human sacrifice part, this particular detail is quite similar to the story of Jesus, in that Jesus had to carry the wooden cross that would eventually lead to his death. When they get to the top, Isaac starts to look around for a lamb as he assumes they are there to sacrifice an animal. But Abraham reveals that the sacrifice is actually going to be Isaac. Seemingly unperturbed, Isaac allows his father to build the sacrificial altar and then place wood around him in preparation for the blaze. Upon binding Isaac's hands, which is where the popular name for the story comes from, Abraham takes out his knife and prepares to kill his son. Before Abraham does the deed, however, at the last moment an angel appears to tell him to stop, and so instead, Abraham is allowed to sacrifice a nearby ram to Yahweh, because he has proven himself to be a God-fearing man. That is what the story is teaching. Fear Yahweh. Do whatever he tells you, even if it means killing an innocent child, even if it means killing your own child. If you don't, you'll be sorry. Now yes, Isaac doesn't die here, but the fact of the matter is that Yahweh would ask such a thing in the first place. What is the value of devotion when children are being sent to the slaughter? But then, as always, God works in mysterious ways.